History books lie to you. They lie to keep you safe, to keep you from knowing what is really lurking in the footnotes and forgotten corners of the past. I'm telling you this right now as a warning. Stop digging. Stop asking questions. Stop looking for the things that have been deliberately erased, because if you look too long, they might start looking back at you. My name is Alex, and I'm an archivist. Or at least, I was. My job was to preserve the past, to organize it, to make sense of it. But last week, I found something that makes no sense at all. I found a name that shouldn't exist. I was digitizing records from a small, long-forgotten village in New England, dating back to 1820. The work was tedious faded ink on brittle paper. Then I saw it. A name, scrawled in a frantic hand at the bottom of a census ledger. Ilada Bance. But next to a name wasn't a profession or a date of birth. It was a title, the buried one. Curiosity is a dangerous thing for an archivist. I dug deeper. I found a single, heavily redacted entry in the town's meeting minutes from that same year. It spoke of a woman whose story was so terrifying, so fundamentally wrong, that the townsfolk voted unanimously to erase her from memory. They didn't just burn her records or strike her name. They took it one step further. They walled up her house, with her still inside, and swore an oath of silence that would be passed down through generations. The entry ended with a chilling plea. May God forgive us, for we have entombed a nightmare. I should have stopped there. I should have closed the file and forgotten I ever saw her name, but I couldn't. I told myself it was just folklore, a local ghost story. So, I kept searching, and that's when the impossible began. I was cross-referencing newspaper archives for a completely different project, looking at coverage of a massive factory fire in Chicago from 1920, a full century after Alara Vance was supposedly buried alive. And there, in a grainy photograph of the crowd watching the flames, I saw her, a woman standing slightly apart from the others, her face pale and her expression unreadable. It couldn't be. But when I zoomed in, the resemblance was uncanny. I checked the newspaper's photo credits, but there was no mention of the woman. It was as if she was just there. My heart started pounding. I widened my search, jumping forward another 55 years. A photo from a protest in San Francisco, 1975, amidst the chaos of the crowd. There she was again. Same face, same dark hair, same timeless dress. She hadn't aged a single day. A cold dread began to creep up my spine. This wasn't a coincidence. Then came the final, soul-shattering discovery. I have access to a network of public security camera feeds for research purposes. I don't know what compelled me to do it, but I ran a facial recognition search for her across all recent footage. I got a match. A single frame from a security camera on a street corner downtown, captured just last night. It was her, standing on the sidewalk, bathed in the flashing lights of an ambulance. She was watching the aftermath of a car accident. Unchanged, unaged, eternal. How was this possible? How could a woman walled up in a house in 1820 still be walking the streets today? Why did she only seem to appear at the scene of tragedies and disasters? I stared at the collection of images I had gathered, my hands shaking. The photo from 1820, the fire in 1920, the protests in 1975, the crash from last night, and that's when I noticed it. The detail that turned my blood to ice. In every single image, she isn't looking at the event. She's not looking at the fire, or the protest, or the wreckage. In every single photo, she is looking directly at the person taking the picture. She sees the observer. She sees the historian. She sees the one who is watching. She sees me. A horrifying realization dawned on me. I thought I was the one who had found her, but the truth is, she was leading me here all along. I pulled up the old village maps from 1820, my fingers barely able to control the mouse. I located the plot of land where Alara Vance's house once stood. The house they walled up to contain a nightmare. It's where my apartment building stands now. Just now, as I'm recording this, I heard it. A faint sound. A slow, rhythmic scratching. It's coming from inside my bedroom wall. That's impossible. It's a solid brick wall, but it's there. Scratch. Scrape. Scratch. It sounds like fingernails on old stone. What do? Do I tear open the wall? Has she been waiting all this time? Waiting for someone to finally dig deep enough to find her story, to notice her watching, waiting for someone to let her out. I'm telling you this as my final warning. If you value your life, your sanity, do not look for the woman history tried to bury. Do not say her name, because she's looking for you, and she's very, very patient. Thanks for watching. Be safe out there.